I'm old now. I guess it's time to hang up my belt. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Scotty Karate video. Today I'm going to be talking about old age and the martial arts. Well, something that's going to happen to all of us eventually, getting older. Start to creak a little bit, start to have those days where you're just like, do I really need to get out of bed? Yep, happens to all of us. As you get older, things start changing. But, do you need to stop training martial arts? Well, that's what we're going over today's episode of. So I've talked about this a few times in some other videos. As you get older, your body changes, and not much you can do about it. But I've talked in previous videos, I'll put a link up here, that as your body changes, you need to be aware of it, right? You don't want to be out of the martial arts for 20 years, jump in, and try to do some crazy kick you did when you were 16, and end up hurting yourself. I've actually had experience with this. I had someone come to my dojo, hadn't trained in like something crazy, like 15, 20 years. Decided he was going to do like a spinning back hook kick. I don't know what it was trying to do. But as soon as he whooped it out there, Achilles tendon snapped. Instantly went down. He was out. I never saw him again. I don't know if he was even able to walk after that. It was horrifying. So with that, what do you do if you've been training? You know, do you need to stop training? You get a little older, get a little slower, muscles start aching a little more, joints start hurting. Just, it starts to wear on you. Well, depends on the martial art. So, if you're doing Tai Chi, probably not, since people of all ages can do Tai Chi. If you're doing, say, capoeira, you might not be able to do that at 70. Who knows? You might be that exception, but odds are your body's going to slow down a little bit and you might lose some of those one-handed back, flips. But it depends on the martial art. So, I guess the real question is, what's right for you? Now, as you can probably tell by now, I'm a fan of karate. Now, I am not that guy that's going to say, karate's the best and only the best. Anybody who does anything else is nothing. I'm not going to do that. I just don't believe that. All martial arts have their benefits. There's so much out there. You can't limit yourself. But, I do like karate for a couple of reasons. One, most karate schools don't require you to do a 360 roundhouse in midair. They just don't. I know a lot of places they might have that as like, say you have to do that and break X amount of boards or whatever on your black belt test. And if you don't do it, you don't get your black belt. I call those rarities. Because realistically, me being able to jump up and do a 360 roundhouse in the air, that affects nobody ever. Nobody's doing that in a fight. So, most schools don't require such physically extreme examples to progress or get your black belt or train in general. So, I like karate for that. You get to go in, train, and in my school, we're very open. So, if you come in and say, okay, I played football as a kid, I blew out my knee, I have very, very limited motion with my knee. Everything else is great, but my knee sucks. I'm not going to go, what? You can't do XYZ with your knee? Peace out! No, I go, oh, okay. Well, let me show you all this other cool stuff we do that doesn't require you to hurt yourself on your knee. Pretty simple. That's the beauty of having a full system. If I take one thing away, I still have so much. But if your system is based on, say, flying jump kicks, and you can't do that, and a huge part of your system is now not valid, that's a problem, especially when you get older. You can't just do a flying jump kick like you did when you were 16. Trust me, I know. So, my recommendation is not quit. It might be change styles. It might be change training methods. But don't quit. That helps nobody. You know what I'm talking about. You'll be on Facebook or, Instagram or something, you'll see those memes it'll be like a 70-year-old, and they'll be like crippled up, like with a cardigan over them in a wheelchair, looking really sad. And then they'll put next to it another 70-year-old who's like a professional bodybuilder that's just ripped and jacked. Well, one of those gave up and didn't continue, exercising, training, being fit and active, and just general getting out in the world. The other one kept that up. One of them, at 70-year-old, is probably in better shape than most of us are in our 30s. That's crazy. That's awesome. Don't quit. So, change. So, if you've gotten to the point where you just can't do much, try Tai Chi. Or try your martial art, just softer. So, if you do Muay Thai, you might not be able to soften that up enough for a 70-year-old body. But karate, kung fu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, most styles, you can lighten the load. And especially if you have a good school, if I am partnered with a 70-year-old, which does happen, we have older people in our dojo, I'm not going to go 100% and try and kick them through the wall.
To the wind.
Oh my God! Knox punched Jeffy Lahart out of his pants and through 4 walls.
Yeah, push that kid through 4 walls. Yeah.
I'm going to give them enough pressure, enough resistance, enough things so they can learn, progress, and do what they can. Because at the end of the day, a lot of victims are old people. Someone who they think is a victim and people go after. I want you as an older person to be those guys that have those young whippersnappers come up and try and, rob them at McDonald's, and they get the hands and just get beat down.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh!
That's what I want for you. I want you to be able to do that, smile and nod and go, like you had a chance. For real though. So, don't quit. If you're older and you're wanting to start martial arts, start slow, but start. Don't go in there thinking you're just going to be able to run a marathon, because you're just probably not. But, if you start, and you start knowing what your limitations are, 1, you can improve upon them, you can overcome them in a lot of different ways, and 3, you'll be able to learn how to live with those and progress through the rest of your lives so you can continue to train and get better. And that's the progression. That's what we want. We want progress. I say it to people all the time, and I'm like, I don't expect perfection, I expect progress. So if you start off, say, you can only do a front kick 10 times. After that, say your hips hurt, or you're just exhausted, you just aren't physically able to do it yet. That's okay. Next month I want to see 15 though. I don't expect you to do 500 next week, but I want to see progress. Just give me a little bit. Show me you can do it. Show me you're putting in the effort. That's all we can ask. And if someone's expecting so much out of you that it's just not possible, they might not be a good instructor. One of those things might need to look at another place. Or maybe just have a conversation. Hey, you need to slow up, man. I'm trying. I just can't do it. I'm old, or, I have bad hips, or I have a bad knee because of football. Or sometimes just a simple talk will fix a lot of those problems. All right, everybody. Just wanted to plug my Reddit, Facebook, and Instagram. If you aren't already subscribed to them, go check them out. I put stuff up there every week, trying to get things going. Reddit, I'm trying to start a community, so if you'd like to join, ask questions, have conversations, I'm down. Don't be afraid to ask anything, because I'll try my best to answer everything as honest as possible. Well, if you liked the video, though, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell in the corner so you know when my videos are posted each week. And, as always, the more you train, easier the fight.